Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Hubie's Workshop. Today I'm going to continue the project that I started back in December. I built a few of these six-pack carriers. I made a minor revision in the design to really better accommodate long neck bottles. And it starts off with a half-inch thick piece of plywood that you rip 6 inches wide. And then you cut them down into just a couple of different lengths. Here, these are half-inch, and these are 6 inches wide once again, and these are 10.5 inches tall. These are going to be the ends of your six-pack carrier, and then this is your bottom. This is 6 inches wide once again by 7 3/4 inches long. That's going to be your bottom, and then this is going to be your handle, which is also 7 3/4 inches long. And I'm going to be using my drill press in just a moment, and I'm going to drill a couple of holes in this to set up my handle. And this will be 1 1/4 inches from the top, and it'll be 2.5 inches from the end. I will drill both of these holes, and then I'll use a jigsaw to cut the rest of my handle. So that's going to be my next step in the process, and I'll be right back. Oh, and by the way, we're listening to a little Sammy Hagar with Chickenfoot today. So that's my co-host, Music Style. Okay, we are continuing on our mission here to build a wooden six-pack carrier. We have cut all of our individual pieces, and right now I'm putting together, creating the handle. This is a 6-inch piece of half-inch plywood, 6 inches in length and 4 inches wide this way. And then these holes I just drilled with my drill press are 1 1/4 inches from the top, 2.5 inches from the end. That's where the center of these two holes are. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my jigsaw here, and I'm going to cut these straight lines across, and then I'll file it down, creating my handle section. We're going to move on to assembly here in just a moment. Alright, and we're back. Okay, so I've cut my handle out, as I mentioned, used my jigsaw, and then a little bit of sandpaper to smooth it out. So there is our handle. And of course, we have our bottom, which we already know about. Now what we're going to do is, the next part, before we begin the final assembly, will be our end pieces, which are 10.5 inches long by 6 inches wide, and of course half-inch thick plywood. We need to cut the shapes of our end pieces. So this is actually a really simple process. This is a 30-degree angle here and here, and this is going to be 2.5 inches from the end and 4 inches from the bottom, and that gives us a 30-degree angle, gives us about 1 inch on top, 1 1/4 or so. And so this will be our sides, and then we will include our bottom. Let's get these all together here so I can show you. So that is what the beginning of our main assembly will look like. But then what we have is we need to put these rails on the side. So I cut some rails. I cut a 2x4 about 8 3/4 inches long, and then I ripped it on my table saw and cut 6 pieces about 1/4 inch thick. Those are going to be the sides that hold the ends together, and of course keep all your bottles safely inside your six-pack carrier. So now we've got all of our pieces, our handle, our ends, we have our bottom, and then we have all of our sides. Now there actually is one more piece that I need to cut, and I'm going to cut one more just like our side pieces, but it's going to be 1 inch longer because it's going to go across the top of our handle. So that will be the final piece that I'm going to cut, and I'm going to do it off camera, but we're going to go into assembly here in just a minute, so stick around. And we're back. Okay, we have completed our very first piece of the assembly. So what we have done, we have our bottom piece, our 2 end pieces. I used my handy dandy clamp here. I glued both sides at the end of the bottom, and then used my clamp to hold it together on the corners here and then I used my nail gun with some small finishing nails to do 5 single nails across the side. So, and then we did the same over here. All right, our next part of the assembly will be to add our handle and our top piece. So, stick around, we'll be right back as we continue rock and roll with Chicken Foot featuring can't even say his name, Sammy Hagar, the one and only, and of course Chad Smith on drums, along with Joe Satriani on guitar, and Michael Anthony, the great bass player from Van Halen. All right, stick around guys, next assembly coming up right after this. Okay, now we have added our handle. We simply use some finishing nails, again with our nailing gun, or you can use some small screws. Just make sure they're at least 1 inch long. That's the best length to go through these 1/2 inch boards. So the next part of the process will be I'll add my top cap piece, and then we'll move on to finishing up with our rails. So stick around, we are almost done, coming down the home stretch. All right, and there's our next step. We added our cross section on the top of our handle. I just did a single bead of glue all the way across the top of the handle and a little on both sides, and then I tacked it down again with our finishing nails. And then our last step will be to add our 6 side rails. So I'm going to do that and be right back and show you our finished product. All right, we are all done with our assembly. As you can see here, we've added our rails on both sides. And to make the look just a little bit more interesting, I have cut this middle one and 1/2 as wide, just to kind of break up the look a little bit and make it more just interesting to look at. Also, we've added our bottle cap opener, because we all know that the best beer does not have twist-off caps. So now this particular 6-pack carrier is going to be a belated Christmas present for a good friend of mine in Texas. So this one's going in the mail on Monday. But it has been a lot of fun doing this project on a very nice the weather today is amazing. It's January in Tennessee and it's in the 60s. I feel like I'm in Los Angeles or something. Well anyway, this has been another edition of Hubie's Workshop, and in the words of Sammy Hagar and Chicken Foot, all right, we're gonna rock it out. All right, that's a wrap. See you next time.